Hello guys, welcome to the chemistry lesson. In today's lesson, we'll be looking at the extraction of zinc metal. Alright, so we are going to look at the extraction of zinc metal. Alright, so it is actually a short process that involves about 4 stages. Alright, so guys, let's go straight into the lesson. Alright, so guys, what you should know is that the chief ore from which zinc metal is extracted is zinc blende. Alright, so zinc blende is the chief ore from which zinc is extracted, so you should not forget about that. And this is how zinc blende looks like. Let me zoom in so that you look at it very well. So this is how zinc blende appears. Let me now zoom out. Alright, and what you should know guys is that the chemical name for zinc blende is zinc sulfide. Alright, so zinc sulfide again is the chemical name for zinc blende, so you should not forget about that. Alright, you also should know that the chemical formula for zinc blende is Zn. Zn stands for zinc and S stands for sulfur. Alright, so ZnS is the chemical formula for zinc sulfide or zinc blende. Alright, so let me push this one up here guys. So also guys, what you should know is that the other ore from which zinc is extracted is calamine. Alright, so zinc is extracted also from calamine if it is not extracted from zinc blende. Alright, so now here what you should know is that zinc calamine ore looks like this one here. So let me zoom in also, you'll appreciate the beauty of calamine. So this is calamine ore. This is how the calamine ore looks like. Alright, so let me zoom out. Let me push face this up. So what you should know is that the chemical name for calamine is zinc carbonate. So you must also remember that the chemical name for calamine is zinc carbonate. Don't forget, because forgetfulness is the enemy of progress. Alright, so guys, if you're already enjoying this lesson, please give it a like and also let me know in the comment section. Alright, so for those who want to join my online lessons, please get the number that is appearing on the screen. Call me if you have 60 kwacha for chemistry, 60 kwacha for physics, or 60 kwacha for biology, or 60 kwacha for mathematics. Call me on the number which is appearing on the screen now, or WhatsApp me so that I add you to my WhatsApp group. Alright, so let's continue with the lesson. Alright, so you should also know that the chemical formula for calamine is Zn, which stands for zinc, and CO3, which stands for carbonate. So zinc carbonate, which is calamine, this is its chemical formula. Alright, so let's push this one up. Alright, so now let me now start the process. So we are now going to look at the extraction of zinc metal from zinc blende. Alright, so guys, what you should know is that zinc metal is extracted from zinc blende by roasting and reduction method. Alright, so zinc metal is extracted from zinc blende by roasting and the reduction method. And you should know that the main stages involved in zinc extraction include: number one, concentration of the ore by frothy flotation. So frothy flotation is the first method in the extraction of zinc metal. So zinc metal has to be concentrated first. So to be concentrated, it means that any other debris or dirties like sand, soil that are found with the zinc blende must be removed. And that process of removing those so that you remain with the pure ore, which is zinc blende only, is what we call concentration. And this concentration of the ore is done by the process called the frothy flotation. Alright, so it is done by frothy flotation. Alright, so let me push this one here up. So what is involved under concentration of the ore by frothy flotation? What you should know is that the ore is crushed and fed into the tanks of water containing a chemical frothing agent. and this chemical frothing agent is actually pine oil. All right, so the ore is crushed and fed into the tanks of water containing a chemical frothing agent, and air is blown through the mixture so that the whole mixture froths up, meaning it forms a foam like what forms when you are washing, that foam which forms. All right, then what you should know is that impurities now sink to the bottom while zinc sulfide particles float to the surface where they are skimmed and dried, ready for the next process. So that's what happens. So after they do the crushing and they feed this crushed zinc blended into a tank containing a chemical frothing agent, then air is blown through it. Then what happens is that now impurities sinks to the bottom of the tank, and then the sulfide particles now float together with the froth on the surface of the mixture, and then they are skimmed or removed and dried. All right, so what you should know is that the ore now contains about 55% to 75% zinc sulfide or zinc blended, so it is almost now concentrated. All right, so now at this process now it is ready for the next process. Let me push up here. I have to show you what happens now during concentration. So this is the tank containing water and pine oil, and this is the mixture of actually zinc sulfide or zinc blended with water containing pine oil, and this is how it is done. Air is blown through this, the compressing or compressed air comes here, then this steers here, and then it makes this frothy on the surface, and this frothy is what contains the sulfide or particles, or the zinc blende or zinc sulfide particle here, frothy bubbles carrying sulfide or particles. All right, so this is what happens here, guys. All right, so now what I'm saying is that now from here now the next stage is roasting of the ore in air to obtain zinc oxide. So the ore now must be roasted in air, and roasting is burning in air. So like we know roasting, we get something, we roast it on fire. So that's what happens. The zinc must be roasted in air, and the zinc blended, the concentrated zinc blended must be now roasted in air. All right, so that they obtain zinc oxide. So the concentrated ore is then roasted in air to burn away sulfur and form zinc oxide and sulfur dioxide. So when the concentrated ore is roasted in air, then sulfur is burnt away because zinc oxide now is formed, and sulfur dioxide is produced as a gas carrying sulfur from zinc blended. All right, so this is the chemical formula here, guys. So the chemical formula is zinc blended, which is this one here. This is zinc blended. Okay, so this is zinc blended, which is ZnSS here, which means a solid, then plus, meaning it is being roasted in air, then which is oxygen, then now it forms zinc oxide, then plus sulfur dioxide gas. So this equation also, it's important that it is balanced, because you must understand that balancing is very important in chemistry. All right, so how do you balance this equation? You check here, how many sulfide do you have? You have one sulfide here, here you have one oxygen, here you have one, here you have this oxygen 2 here, and this one 3. So for you to make it simple to balance, make this oxygen here a even number, so put a 2 here so that you have 4 oxygen here. So when you have all 4 oxygen atoms here, it makes zinc to be also 2 here, so you put a 2 there so that you form zinc 2. Now this also affects sulfur, so sulfur is also going to be 2 here, so you come here, you put a 2 so that sulfur becomes 2. So when sulfur becomes 2, oxygen again it changes, it becomes 2 times 2, 4, plus this 2 here, it becomes a 6. So you put a 3 here to make it T6, because 3 times 2 will be 6. All right. So now at this process, what we are saying is that the zinc oxide, or the sulfur dioxide, is a useful co-product and is used in the manufacture of sulfuric acid. All right. When we say co-product, we are saying it comes together with another product, like zinc sulfide, zinc oxide is coming out with the sulfur dioxide. That's why we are saying a co-product. All right. So this is what happens at this stage. It's a very short stage. All right. So now the next stage now from here is now reduction of zinc oxide to zinc metal using carbon. All right. So the next thing is now reduction of zinc oxide to zinc metal using carbon. All right. So what happens here is this, guys. So you must know that the zinc oxide is heated with carbon in the furnace, where it is reduced to zinc. So that's what happens. The zinc oxide is heated with carbon in the furnace, where it is reduced to zinc. And this is the equation. Zinc oxide plus now carbon is solid, then it gives you zinc metal, and this zinc metal is in gaseous form. That's what we are told. And then plus carbon dioxide gas, and then you balance by putting a 2 there and also putting a 2 there. All right. So now the next stage after this zinc has been formed, zinc metal, is now purification of zinc by fractional distillation. So it's now purification of zinc by fractional distillation. So what happens here is that the mixture of zinc vapor and carbon monoxide passes through an outlet near the top of the furnace, and the zinc metal cools and condenses. So this is what happens at this stage. And the zinc obtained is about 99% pure. So it is not yet 100% pure, but 99% pure. All right. So further purification is done by electrolysis method. All right. So this is what is done, guys. So we have reached to the end of the process of extraction of zinc. So if you liked this video, if you liked this lesson, give it a like. As I said, if you want to join the online lessons, you can actually call or WhatsApp me on that number. The charges are 60 kwacha per subject. All right. As for now, guys, bye and please, peace.